Hello everyone and welcome back to Emposia's channel. In this one, I'm going to be giving you recommendations of Sapphic books to read based on the genre that you like to read the most. So I'm going to be giving you 5 different books, each in a different genre, and each of them has obviously a female-female relationship in the book. And stay tuned till the end because I'm going to be giving you 3 upcoming releases that have female-female relationships in them and that you should definitely look out for. So the first recommendation is for people who like fantasy books, and it's A Curse of Roses by Diana Pinguicha. This is a retelling of a Portuguese myth, and it follows our main character, Princess Yzabel, who is cursed, and every time she touches food, that food turns into flowers, and because of that she can't eat, and also her country is starving, so she really wants to somehow reverse that curse. And the only one who can help her reverse her curse is an Enchanted Moura called Fatyan. This book is so magical. I love it even more because it's based on Portuguese myths, and I'm Portuguese, so I clearly know the story, but even if you don't know the original myth that this is based on, I think you're still going to love it. The romance is super cute. I love the writing in this book, and I just think it's so underrated in the book community in general, so I highly recommend that you pick this one up. This is a standalone fantasy novel, and it deals a lot with self-harm and eating disorders, so please be aware of that. The next recommendation that I have is for fans of historical fiction, and it's Under the Udala Trees by Chinelo, Okparanta. This book is set in Nigeria, and the book starts off in the late 60s at the height of the Nigerian Civil War, and it follows our main character Ijima, and one day she meets another girl named Amina who will change her life forever. And this book follows Ijima all throughout her life since she's a little girl till she's a young adult. This is a beautiful but also heartbreaking story because it's about Ijima finding herself and her sexuality in a country and in a community that doesn't accept her, and it's really her struggling with herself and also her relationship with religion and her mother, and it's a super fascinating story that I highly recommend. Now for my lovers of YA contemporary like myself, I highly recommend The Henna Wars by Adiba Jaigirdar. This is such a cute and fun story about 2 girls that have rival henna businesses, and it's them competing against each other but then finding themselves in a friendship that could turn into more, and also finding their sexuality, and it's just so cute and so fun. And apart from sexuality, this book also deals a lot with cultural appropriation, which I thought was so important. Now for adult literary fiction, I have Marriage of a Thousand Lies by S.J. Sindu, and this book follows a couple, a man and a woman, and they are both gay, but they're trying to present an allusion to their very conservative Sri Lankan families. But one day the woman Lucky reunites with one of her childhood best friends but also first lovers, Nisha, and that makes Lucky really think about who she wants to be and what she wants to do with her life, and if she wants to continue presenting this illusion of a heterosexual marriage to her parents. And this book deals a lot with immigrant culture, especially the intersections between culture and sexuality and migration, but it also deals a lot with friendship and family and loss, and it's just beautiful book. Now the last one is for my horror aficionados, and it's Wilder Girls by Rory Power. This is definitely a weird one and not for everyone, but if you like horror and you don't mind reading about body stuff and body horror, this is the one for you. And this is about an infection that strikes a boarding school full of girls, and they are all put under quarantine. Does this remind you of anything? And it's about the main character trying to find out what is happening, and this does have a lot of queer relationships in them, and I just think that's a plus for a horror book because there's not a lot of it. So these were my recommendations of Sapphic books in each genre, and now I'm going to give you 3 upcoming releases that you should definitely look out for if you're looking for more Sapphic reads. So the first one is a YA contemporary book, and it's The Love Song of Ivy K. Harlowe by Hana Moskowitz, and I think this is about our main character who is obsessed with this girl called Ivy, and she really wants to date her and she really wants to be everything to her, but then Ivy meets another girl and I think they fall in love, and it's all through the perspective of our main character seeing Ivy, the girl of her dreams, fall in love with another person, and I just think this is going to be a heartbreaking book, but I'm so ready for it. And the next one is a fantasy book, and it's Fire with Fire by Destiny Soria, and this one comes out on June the 8th, and I think from what I see from the plot, I think this one is about dragon slayers, and I think that's so fascinating, and also the cover is absolutely gorgeous, so I'm definitely going to look into this one. And the last one is a sci-fi book coming out on June the 29th, and it's Gearbreakersby by Zoe Hana Mikuta. And I think this one is about two girls who are on opposite sides of a war, but then they realize that they have a common goal in mind and they start falling for each other. This is also a debut novel, and I'm so excited for it. So I hope you enjoyed all of these recommendations of queer books with female-female relationships in them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!